Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm very excited to say that for March this year I am the Paper Rose guest designer. And I was so excited when I was asked to use the Grow with Love Paper Rose Studio collection, and it is just gorgeous. So for today's layout I'm using the cut aparts, and I'm using the papers, and I'm also using the cardstock printables and cutouts that you can use as well. These are just beautiful. Now on the back of their cover page there is all these little quotes and sayings. Each of these papers are divine. The B sides are beautiful, the A sides are beautiful, and it's just a matter of which ones you're choosing to use. And today I'm going to use quite a few, but I do love each and every one of them, and I'm glad that each kit comes with two pieces. So you can either make double layouts or you can make layouts with lots of different options and choices. So it is the Grow with Love collection, and there, as you can see, they are just divine. So I have another full set there that I can use for another layout further down the track. So today I'm going to create a layout that is very multi-layered. And to start it all off, I've just dragged in a piece of orange cardstock, and that's going to form my frame. Now I am using this page here, but I'm going to use the B side, and it is very muted in color, but I love it. It's a green with the dot, and it's just beautiful. Now the quality of Paper Rose papers is just amazing. An Australian product, very nice and thick. You can order these, I know, from scrapbook.com, but also through Paper Rose themselves, and they are just magnificent to work with. So what I've done there is I've chosen the stars here because my photos are at Christmas layout, but I'm also going to use this one here where I cut out a strip, and look at that gingham on the back. Perfect, love gingham. And the strip's going to run across there. Now I am going to use that gingham as well, so you just see how this all layers up. I have these two photos that I'm using, and they're of my daughter and her husband taken at Christmas time, and I'm just going to matte them on the orange just to give them that pop of colour and lift them off the base. And I then will use more papers from the collection to frame them further. So I'm just trimming them down. They're slightly smaller than 6x4s because I print to true size, so the printer just cuts off the excess white. I'm matting them again, this one in particular, again on the green dot paper. It's just amazing. Now I do like the reverse side, which has all of the floral embellishments, the floral emblems, but I'm not needing those for this layout at this stage. But look at that, it's just beautiful, the different designs that have come in this collection. I'm going to now match those, like I said, on the gingham, because I really do love gingham in any shape and form, and this is just beautiful. And they're going to then sit on there. And then I have the postcard that I want to tuck into the top corner, and I also want to use this paper here with the kaleidoscope of colour, and that's going to frame that gingham. But I'm going to gut it because I like the hearts, and I'm going to use those as another part of the layout as well. So I'm maximising my use of the papers, which is really good, and it's allowing me to stretch the stash and to be very creative with what I'm creating. So I'm taking off this strip of cut aparts, and I'm using the postcard, and I'm also going to use the one that says "You are my wish come true." And I'm going to have that as a title at the bottom. So now that I have all the pieces together, I'm just going to now construct my layout before I get into the fun embellishing part. So I'm using double-sided tape, and you all know that when I frame my double-sided tape I do one at a time, and it's just about now that I realise that this didn't cut as straight as I wanted it to cut. For some reason with the Fiskus cutters it just sometimes warp and doesn't cut properly. So I go off screen and I fix that problem pretty easily. It's just a little bit of a trim on one side. And then I come back and put it all together, and now you can see that it is sitting as a perfect frame. Then I'm going to layer down my base. And look at that yellow sunburst on the back. I think I'm going to be ordering some more of this paper because I just love these B-sides. They are just amazing. And I think they are just a nice mottled, nice dulled hue. The stars in the coloured pattern there, beautiful. Look at that. Just amazing magic, really. And then I'm going to put in my next layer down, so the gingham's going on top of that kaleidoscope frame. Then I'm going to tuck the postcard in, and I'm also tucking in some hearts, and that's using all of the papers to build the layers for this layout. And you can just see how it's all coming together nicely. Now that I've done that, I did contemplate cutting out some of the yellow and using it as a mat as well, but then I decided no, I've got enough layering happening on this layout. So I'm just letting it sit, and then I'm going to add the photos here, and it's after I add the photos that I realised that I really want something else, and I had cut that striped banner across. I didn't want a fishtail banner this time, so I'm actually just going to tear the edges and I'm going to tuck it in underneath the photos. So that's another little bit of extra detail to the layout. So as I said, these are Paper Rose papers. They are just amazing. You really, really should be checking them out. I'll have all their details down below in my description box, so make sure you go and have a look at the beautiful ranges that are available. I'm going to corner around this tag here for the title, and I'm going to place it down here in the corner, as I said. Now for the fun part. Now we get to choose all the embellishments that we want to use. So I have the cut apart sheets, which are amazing because they come in multiple sets. So you get multiple sets of the same. So you can cut apart to your heart's delight. You can mat and double mat and layer them up, or you can just use them on multiple layouts. So for this one, I'm just contemplating what I'm going to use. And then I also have the embossed die cuts, and they've got a bit of a clear embossing on them to give them a bit of a shine. And from here I'm going to take out all the butterflies because I think I'm going to use most of the butterflies on this layout. I'm also going to pull out the hearts because I really do like those hearts. I do pull out some flowers from here. I don't use all of them after I've pulled them out, which is not too much of a problem because I can just put them back in and keep them. Same with some of the butterflies. Even though I pull them all out, I don't use them all. And I fiddle around with it until I get it to the way I like. And you know that that's how I best work, is by letting it sit for a bit and think about it. So I've pulled out the main ones that I want so far. And then I'm just going to go through these cut aparts and look at what I'm going to use. I just am going to layer up first, and I like this flower down here in the bottom right, but the top left one I'm not too sure about. There's a matching of the pink flower there in the cut apart, so I'm just going to go off screen and do some fussy cutting of the cut apart. And you can see that I changed my mind and I put the purple flower in there with that tag. Another thing I did off screen was that I did cut around the frame within that tag so that I could slide the flowers in and it becomes a part of the overall design. I then cut out this little phrase from the cut aparts that says "Life is better together," and I also took out the letters from the embossed up the top to put the word love. I have also popped out all of the little tags that you can see that I'm fussing with right now, and that's to build a cluster down here on the bottom right. And I have the heart tag, which I've added in some eyelash fringe. I had a notepad one and the striped one, so you can see them coming together. I'm just layering in the flowers here. Now I have got one end of it popped and the other flat. I'm popping up the heart here on some foam dots. I am adding the tab to the top of that photo, and as I said, I got these letters out of the embossed pieces, which is just amazing. And then I've also taken that smaller flower cluster there that I've added to the top right. Now you can see how this is all building up beautifully. The butterflies are just adding that little bit of extra whimsy to the page. The hearts are following with the theme. And I do love how this is coming together. So behind the cluster of flowers here, I've added in some eyelash fringe just to carry it across. And I'm putting it also to this top one. So I have my 3 points of interest, or my 3 focal points, creating my visual triangle with the eyelash fringe. And I'm just going to hold it a little bit for that glue to stick. So I'm really loving how these all coordinate and go together. And I do need another little butterfly there, so I'm just going to go back through the stash again, and I do happen to find this little colourful one, and it drags the pink and red across to that cluster and balances out the layout. And I then think about putting one up there to the top, and I come up with the yellow one. So now I have got the balance of colours across the layout. To finish it off, I'm going to add in some stamped stitching, which I'm going to run across the seam at the top left and the bottom right, and that is just going to finish off that joining of all of those papers just perfectly. I will always add Nuvo drops, so if you've watched any of my videos, and please, I hope you do, you know that they are my favourite for setting up that visual triangle and drawing your eye around the layout. And I've chosen this orangey yellow to represent the colours of this collection. And don't forget, it is the Paper Rose Grow with Love, and I am so excited that I was able to work with this product this month and use it as part of the guest role for a guest designer. So I hope I've done enough here today to keep you coming back to my channel, but also to go and check out the Paper Rose range from the wonderful company that is an Australian company. So I'm just trying to fix the Nuvo drop up in the top left, and I'm sorry you can't see that, but actually I'm not sorry, because you wouldn't have seen the mess that I just made. So here's my final product. I am happy with how it turned out. I used quite a lot of the product on this layout. It is quite thick and quite sturdy, so it is such good quality project materials that I'm sure you will not be disappointed by using this product on your layouts. Thank you for looking again today. This is just amazing, and as I'm looking at it here and giving you the close-up, I realize just needs a little bit more. It just needs that sparkle to it. And so I'm going to add a little bit of gold, and I'm going to add a little bit of glitter, and that's going to come through with some ink splatters just to finish it off with that mixed media touch and that extra something that we all know as part of our layouts. And I'm just loving the complementary colours of the gold here, and then I use the squeezed lemon to bring the glitter to it. And you have to agree, the colours, perfect. The mix of papers, amazing. And I really want to say that you need to purchase these and you won't be disappointed. Remember, these are the Grow with Love collection. And here you can see that ink splatters have just added that little finishing touch that is needed to make the layout pop. So thanks once again, everybody, for watching. I know there was a lot of promo in here, but you do that as part of your designer role. I hope you found something to inspire you. Hopefully something here is going to make you become scrappy over the weekend or over the week. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to go and check out Paper Rose. All their details will be down below in my description box. And I thank them for the opportunity to work with such an amazing range of papers. And I thank Karen for coordinating this opportunity. It is one of the best things that I have done for a while, and I do like the chance to work with beautiful products. So happy scrapping, everybody. See you next time, and here's my next video recommendation for you.